I want you to decide who embarrassed themselves the most, who laid down like a doormat the most for Donald Trump, who sucked up to Trump the hardest during the cabinet meeting. There's basically three parts to the cabinet meetings of Donald Trump. Number one, Donald Trump making demonstrably false claims like we fixed inflation, we're cutting prices 600%, and other mathematically impossible things. That's part one of the cabinet meetings. Part two is Trump sleeping, and Trump fell asleep 3 or 4 times during this latest cabinet meeting. That's a new part to the cabinet meeting that some people like, some people not so much. And part three is that Trump's cabinet secretaries get the opportunity, and whether we call it an opportunity or there's a requirement, to suck up to Donald Trump, to praise Trump, to be down on their knees for Donald Trump. And it started with Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, who said to the dear leader, "It has been an honor to work for you."
Thank you for giving me a very interesting job. Some days it's a little controversial too, but it's been an honor to work for you. You are a great American. The fights that you pick are the right fights, and they're always on behalf of this country. So I appreciate the chance to do this job heading up this department.
Now then Kristi Noem, my God, these people are pathetic. Then Kristi Noem sort of jokingly said, "You even kept the hurricanes away."
Fantastic, sir. You made it through hurricane season without a hurricane.
Yeah.
And so FEMA, you kept the hurricanes away. So we appreciate that. And FEMA is deploying resources and dollars 150% faster than ever before. So if somebody does have something bad that happens to them, you are immediately there helping them and telling them they have the resources to get back up on their feet. So
notice the nervous laughter in the room. People know that it's a joke, I think. I don't believe Kristi Noem is literally praising Trump or crediting Trump with keeping hurricanes away. But the risk with authoritarians, and this goes back a long time, how much do you laugh? You want to make sure that you are seen as laughing with them rather than laughing at them. And Donald Trump doesn't laugh very much, so there's a very dangerous line there that needs to be walked. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, said that Donald Trump is doing so many great things, prosecuting the Biden administration, etc.
Working on terrorism, TDA, MS-13, Antifa, President Trump. We've charged more than 500 defendants with assault on federal officers thanks to your directive. And also, we have dropped countless cases against Americans that were prosecuted under the Biden administration, including J6, COVID, FACE Act, and more. And as everyone knows, we cannot talk about pending grand jury investigations, but no one is above the law, and that includes what happened in Arctic frost. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays. Thank you for fighting for our country.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, Laura.
Great. Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for allowing me to be.
So Bondi there essentially bragging and saying, along with Trump, we have weaponized the DOJ, we have politicized prosecutions and indictments, and pardons, by the way, all things that Donald Trump claimed the Biden administration was doing. We then get to Lee Zeldin, the administrator for the EPA. And Lee Zeldin says that Donald Trump is willing to take a bullet for the American people. Take a look at this.
President, after 4 years serving in office, he could have just left it in the rearview mirror and went on to really enjoy retirement. But he is willing to take a bullet for all of you tuning in at home because he believes in his flag, our freedom, our liberties, and to save the greatest country in the history of the world. So I'm grateful this holiday season for you, Mr. President. You're willing to take a bullet for all of us, and by all of us, it's the American public.
Thank you.
You know, it's hard to imagine a more false statement about Trump than that he's willing to take a bullet for the average American. Trump spent his life kept isolated from the average American. As a rich guy from Manhattan and Queens, everything that Trump has built his life around has been to be cordoned off, literally and metaphorically, literally the way he is at his table at Mar-a-Lago, from the average person. Trump wouldn't take a bullet for anybody. Brooke Rollins, the Secretary of Agriculture, says Biden increased food stamps. We have courageously reduced food stamp spending.
American taxpayer. As Joe Biden was working to buy an election a year ago, he increased food stamp program funding by 40%. So now as we continue to roll that back. So the partnership in Making America Healthy Again is also in food stamps, but a lot of what Bobby and I are doing together is really remarkable. But again, just gratitude and joy for this work, and so grateful to you. The final thing I'll say, a lot of gratitude to Secretary Marco Rubio for wearing his Aggie maroon tie as a reflection of Texas A&M beating Florida handily about a month ago. So Marco, I want to thank you, and much gratitude and joy in my heart as well. Yes.
You know what this is really about? She's bragging about taking food stamps away from people. When Brooke Rollins, and she's trotted out this deranged talking point before, when she says we've been able to bring food stamps down, understand that that is not because they found efficiencies in the program or reduced administrative overhead or curtailed bureaucracy. All they did is make it harder to qualify for food stamps, introduce paperwork to bury people in, and kick people off of food stamps. They are bragging about kicking people off of food stamps, which, by the way, is one of the most, if not the most stimulative form of government spending that there is. And then Scott Bessent jumps in and says that it has been a great year in the economy, but it's going to get even better. And he keeps referring to the dollars that have come in. Pay attention to that.
Mr. President, it's been a great year on the economy, but the best is yet to come. The tens of trillions of dollars that have come in investment, both the portfolio investment by companies, investment by countries, that is turning into a CapEx boom for the U.S. Capital expenditures up 15% in history. When CapEx is up, jobs will follow. The one big beautiful bill.
Remember that the dollars that have come in, they're not coming in from some other country. They're not coming in from, picking coins off of a magical money tree. They're talking about tariffs collected from American companies. They're bragging that they put a blanket tax called a tariff on imports, and American companies are paying. They are bragging about that. Very different than Republicans passed. And finally, Howard Lutnick reminds us why he is pejoratively referred to as Howard Nutlick. I'm sorry, I didn't make that up, but it's something that he is called, because he goes full propaganda and says that Trump has assembled the greatest cabinet ever, and he is the greatest president ever.
Is a year ago today, I was working on transition with President Trump, right, to build the greatest cabinet ever for the greatest president ever. And as I sit here today, I can't be more proud of how you did it, sir. You've created the greatest cabinet. It is a joy to be at this table.
You know, one thing we will...
Who do you think is going to regret the sucking up more? Caroline Leavitt or Howard Lutnick? When it's all said and done and they review their legacy and their work for this administration, who do you think is going to be more embarrassed by their performance? Lutnick or Leavitt? Leave a comment. I don't know. It's a 50-50 for me. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for this next video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you actually see our uploads. You can also catch the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.